Well, I'd known Catherine for a couple years. I'd read this script and thought that this would be the perfect film for us to make. Unfortunately, I couldn't just ring her up and say, okay, I'm in, you know. I had to go through a rigorous audition process with Amanda and with all these other kind of men, these suitors, and numerous haircuts. Catherine had thought that I was far too scruffy and dirty, and so she cut my hair numerous times in hopes of having me look a little bit cleaner and a little bit better, you know, suited for the part. And yeah, luckily I had some chemistry with Amanda, and Catherine still believed in me, and I was, yeah, just blessed. Peter's kind of an outsider. He doesn't have a family. He's poor. He's a woodcutter. Him and Red Riding Hood have been in love since they were little kids, and it's kind of just grown and blossomed. At the beginning of the film, because Red's parents won't allow her to be with Peter, they decide to run away together. Unfortunately, there's a murder, and their plans are kind of shot. And you know, Red's mother wants her to be with Henry because there's stability, there's kind of wealth, and you know, Peter understands that that might be the best thing for her, even though, you know, that's not what he wants, or that's not what, you know, his instinct would be. He gives her up. You know, he gives her up. Throughout the whole film, he just wants what's right for her. He wants to keep her safe. He wants to, you know, make sure that she has the best opportunities possible. And that's what I kind of loved about the role, is that this person, even though he's mysterious and seems like a bad guy, he's always trying to do his best against the instincts that might come naturally. It's funny, she's hilarious. And I didn't know that about her going into the film. Obviously she's beautiful. She's just really fun. I just have a good time when I'm with her. You know, she's different than what I would think, but at the same time, I remember the first audition. You know, the way that she says her lines, the kind of cadence, and the way that she kind of controls the scene, just kind of makes you follow along, makes you try to just hold on and be there with her. And she was literally one of the best actresses I've ever had the pleasure to work with, and at the same time can be fun and silly. And as soon as you have to kind of turn on the dramatic moment, she's just right there. Well, Max is obviously very kind of proper and British, but at the same time he's very cheeky and kind of has these little strange qualities that I was really kind of digging for, and I wanted to kind of find out more about him. We spoke a lot about our characters and how we didn't want to just make it black and white. We didn't just want to hate each other. You know, I think that Peter was more sympathetic towards Henry and his situation than Henry was toward Peter. But we wanted it to be a little bit more complex, and so we would talk about how if our characters were, you know, born under different circumstances, they probably would have been friends. But yeah, I think, you know, what was so great is we all got along. We all really kind of tried to think about why our characters were doing what they were, and how we interacted. She has so much energy. She's so passionate. You know, literally when I read the film, I knew that she was the perfect person to direct it. I mean, she's a fairy tale character herself. She has an imagination that just runs wild. I think that, you know, her unique kind of structure on a film and how she directs the film was something that really spoke to me. I think that the way that she does improv, she plays music, she has us do games, she does anything that she can to get us outside of the box, to think differently about these scenes, and to not approach it so kind of with such a sterile mind, you know, to really open it and to be willing to go for it. I did a movie in like Victoria a few years before that, and it was summertime. There were beaches, which I was kind of surprised about. I didn't realize everybody went to the beach in Vancouver. I loved it. It was healthy. It was lovely. The people are fantastic. I would love to go back.